The logical data model can help bridge the gap between the way a business user asks questions and how the data is available in the database. Let's look at some of the ways the Citibike logical data model does this. We can have user-friendly names of tables and columns. For example, renaming start time with no spaces to start space time. Then, we can provide semantic properties for columns. For example, associating units to columns like age is in years. We can specify a default attribute to use for sorting. For example, use trip duration as the default sort attribute for queries like, "What are the top 5 trips?" Then, additional attributes can be derived from existing attributes. For example, we can derive age from date of birth. We can specify value substitutions to assign more business-friendly terms to values in a table. We can also specify a default attribute used for temporal analysis. For example, use start time as the default temporal attribute for queries like, "What is the number of trips daily?" There are additional synonyms of table names, column names, and values. Here, a synonym of the trip is the ride. We can define metrics or named aggregations of one or more attributes in an entity. For instance, we can define some custom metrics like ADPU or average duration per trip. Finally, we can create segments or named filters on one or more attributes in an entity. For example, we can define a segment like very old age group. In the following videos, learn how to configure these concepts and get started with your Qbo trial.